RaiderZ was an action combat MMORPG made by Korean developer MAIET Entertainment that released in the West in 2012, published by Perfect World Entertainment. Unfortunately, in 2015 the game was shut down due to the developer being dissolved, giving their gaming rights to a studio called Masangsoft. Since then, RaiderZ has only been playable on private servers, but based on the sheer amount of requests I've had to cover this game over the years, it seems like a game that people remember fondly and small communities still exist on the private servers. Masangsoft has been working on an official RaiderZ re-release for years, posting the occasional update on their YouTube and Facebook pages about updating the graphics and modernizing the game. However, it seems like during the transition of obtaining the rights to RaiderZ, there's a ton of spaghetti code and the game was built on an outdated engine, meaning there's a lot of back-end work and dev tool creation required. Not sure if RaiderZ will ever re-release, but regardless, in this video we're going to check out one of the private servers called RaiderZ Legend to see if this was an MMORPG worth playing back in the day. Today's video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, an innovative new take on wallet design that's tough as nails, stylish, and ultra compact, helping you carry less weight in your pockets whilst you're out and about. Compared to my old clunky leather wallet, Ridge Wallet is about half the size, and it's perfect to take with me whilst hiking, cycling, on a night out, or when I'm wearing jeans with limited pocket space. Ridge Wallet holds up to 12 cards plus room for cash. It's made with RFID blocking technology that protects you from digital pickpockets, and with over 40,000 5-star reviews and it being made from the most durable material possible, each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty and a 45-day test drive where you can get a full refund if you don't love the product. Christmas is right around the corner and Ridge Wallet would make the perfect gift for any member of the family, so click the link in the description below and use code TLP10 to save 15% on your purchase. Order now. Here we are, RaiderZ. I'm really intrigued to check out this game as so many people have mentioned it to me over the years and I've personally never heard of it outside of people from the YouTube comments. So let's create a character, a choice between 5 different classes: the Defender, Berserker, Cleric, Sorcerer, or the Assassin. Feet clipping through the floor, not a problem at all. Move your mouse over the icons, get a little skill preview. Skill preview running at 3 FPS. Let's hope the game's a little bit more smoother than the preview. I like great swords. Let's go with the Berserker. Each class has male and female options, no gender locking in this game. A few starting facial presets. Doesn't look like the game has any sliders. I see what they've done here. You can only pick short hairstyles, because if there were long hairstyles, it would probably clip through your armor and weapons. Smart. Okay, that'll do. Enter a name. Horse. And here we are, Horse, level 1. Let's jump into it. Here we are in the world of RaiderZ. Camera very responsive, move around WASD. Oh, this game has action combat. This game's from like 2012 or something, so surprised to see it have action combat. This is my left click. Do I have a right click? My right click is a block. I'm trying to look at this game through the lens of something that released in 2012. And visually, back in 2012, I'd say it probably looked quite good. At the time, there wasn't a whole lot of action combat MMOs around, so I can imagine this combat system potentially feeling pretty good. Is this mineable? I mean, the attacks are impactful. It's got a combo system. Number 1 ability, big damage, knocks him down. I find it quite amusing that this random MMO from 2012 has better feeling action combat than Bless Unleashed. It just feels like your abilities flow together a lot better, maybe less clunky. Onwards we go, towards the giant pirate ship. Buff tester. Hellhorse? You just gonna give me a mount? Okay, yes, you're gonna give me a mount. Wait, what? The horse has abilities as well? And animations that go along with the abilities? Legendary fairy. I guess this is like a private server thing. I can't imagine this being in the actual game back when it was out. Let's ride a wolf. Nice wolf mount. Number 1 ability. So it seems like every mount has a dash, similar to Arcade, really. Okay, now I've got a mace all of a sudden. I don't remember equipping a mace. Where have I got a bloody mace from? Oh, I pressed tab, and tab switches weapons. I didn't even realise my character has a bloody mace. What in the fuck is that? Budget Murloc onto the pirate ship. This guy's having a great time, isn't he? Glorious horse. Oh, that's huge. That's a pretty intense steed. I'm not sure how she's managed to get on top of that, to be honest. Oh, we can't ride it very far. Now I've got to defeat these handsome guys. Give them a whack. Use my dodge. Action combat. Ebos Warhammer. So I've yoinked the monster's weapon, and it's given me some monster-specific abilities. That's kind of cool. I've only got it for like a few seconds. I mean, that keeps things interesting. Wow. That was big damage as well. Kind of impressive for something so old and something that was shut down only 3 years after its release. Can we kill this random bunny rabbit? Oh, we can. Sorry, little guy. I was just curious. Level 3. Equip my new sword. Does it look different? A little bit, I think. There's a vendor here which you can craft costumes with. This looks like an endgame costume. Yeah, that offers some good protection, doesn't it? The stockings were really necessary. Interesting costumes. Maids for women only. Oof. Erotic Imperial Mercenary. That sounds intriguing. Not as erotic as I thought. Looks like we're going to fight our first giant monster now. Let's see if he has any actual mechanics. Yes. Ooh, his attacks are dodgeable. That's cool. Dodge that. Ooh. So this game's full action combat. You can just dodge all of these big ass monster's abilities if you want. I failed there. The game kind of reminds me of Terra in a way. Pretty cool. Took a decent amount of time to kill that elite monster. Ground shakes as he drops to the floor. 2 more quests complete. That's level 4. The jumping's a bit scuffed in this game, isn't it? Look at that. Very floaty. She's like jumping with her face forward. If someone jumped like that in real life, they'd fall on their face. But then again, I don't know what it's like to jump with a giant 50-kilogram greatsword. I should probably shut the fuck up. Enter the underground sanctum. So we're going through an instance portal. This is like a little solo dungeon or something. Let's try grouping up the mobs and AoE cleaving them down. Let's see how this turns out for me. So I've grouped them up. Big cleaves. Oh, I'm getting staggered quite a bit. Oh god, it's New World all over again. Yeah, I've never met a skeleton in real life, but I don't think skeletons sound like that when they attack people. Yeah. Oh, a cutscene.
Good. You did as I told you. Thanks to you, the crawler seal broke easily. Tian will be killed by the crawler that I now control. All the credit goes to you for following my orders. Thanks for the help.
What was that voice acting? I've heard some bad voice acting in my time covering MMOs, but oh my god, that was up there. Oh, you can swim in this game. This game already has one feature that New World does not have: swimming. Another quest to fight a giant monster. Giant frog. Let's see what mechanics this one has. Dodge. Ooh, nice. Your dodges actually act as an iframe. I actually kind of like the combat in this game. Yes, it's a little bit slow and clunky, but it feels very deliberate. When you're fighting the monsters, you can see what you need to avoid, and you've got enough time to kind of consider what you're going to do next. It doesn't feel like spammy action combat. I can see why so many people have requested that I cover this game over the years, and so many people have fond memories of it. I'd probably have felt the same way if I played this back in 2012. That's level 5. Go over to the mower farm. Pay 60 CP and ride the mower. There it is. Glorious mount. Decently well animated mount. You can feel the weight of his running animation at least. Another cool thing about this game is you don't just mindlessly one-shot everything during the starting stages of the game. It actually takes time to kill things. Typically during most MMO starting experience, you're like 1 or 2 tapping everything. But it's not the case in this game. The combat feels fairly engaging right off the bat. Power of the Ancients, wow. Temporary buff that lasts for 5 minutes and it's turned me into a demon monster with another greatsword. And a whole new set of abilities. Dude, the combat in this game's fucking awesome. It's actually really cool. I love these random things that transform my character and gives me new abilities, temporary buffs and stuff. Really surprised to see that from such an old game. Definitely a good way of keeping the early combat engaging and varied. And that's a level 7. Pick up and use the cannon. Okay. So we've got a big giant cannon. Number 2. Oh, that's cool. It one-shot the thing. These random interactable weapons around the world are bloody fantastic. Really fun. Super good idea. It's kept the starting experience feeling somewhat varied. Another thing that's interesting about this game is the mobs drop things like ore and crafting supplies. I'm not sure if that's because it's a private server, but it doesn't seem as though you need to gather or mine things yourself in this game. You get all of the crafting materials that you'll need just from killing certain mobs. And when you hover over the crafting recipes in the crafting window, it actually tells you what mobs you need to farm to get the supplies. I kind of like that, to be honest.
Now you guys are here. The Morton gear is defenseless.
You bastard! What are you trying to do?
Why should I tell you? You're about to die anyway. Such annoying pests. Kill them!
I actually kind of like MMOs with terrible voice acting because at a certain point it can be so bad that it's good and hilarious. Level 8. I'm actually enjoying the crafting system in this game. Just from leveling up normally and looting monsters, you get all of the crafting stuff you need to make the next set of gear to keep you with the power curve whilst leveling up. Let's equip full set of adventurer's leather. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, yeah, looking good. Not bad at all.
Oh, this is a serious problem.
Hampton, you sound like a goblin.
Okay, I'll let you go.
Oh my god, we have found another player, Linny, level 50. I guess 50 is max level. Oh god. Wait, this is a mount? What the hell? It's the most Dom BDSM style mount I think I've ever seen in an MMO. Character looking all entitled, sitting on this poor little creature's back. Oh, another one. Okay. Players are turning up all of a sudden. This one looks cool. This one's looking cool as well. Full of sparkles. So people do actually still play this game. And I'm seeing a little bit more chat activity now as well. Well, that's good to see. I was expecting to log into this game and not see a single other player. What is this? Is this a mount? It is indeed a very cool looking mount. Another mount over here. Wow. These are all end game players by the looks of it. You have received a gift. Lucky elixir box, $100. Family bear, $1,000. That can't be right. Elite pack, $1,000. Is this game like the most expensive pay to win game I've ever seen? Or am I misinterpreting these prices? Because they're quite large prices. XP potion, $130. There's no way that's the actual price. That's got to be a typo. Right? So, my mount has a number 4 ability. Is this an emote? We're dancing. This game's actually kind of cool. It doesn't really take itself too seriously, but it's really well animated. Quite a chill MMO to play, really. I think I would have enjoyed this back when it first released in 2012. Check out this zone. This one's called Heroes Lane, level 16 to 20. Just want to do a bit of exploration. Check out the biome diversity. This zone, lots of canyons, spooky skeletons, a little bit like Duskwood from World of Warcraft, I guess. But I think we'll wrap up this RaiderZ first impressions video here. Pleasantly surprised, actually. The game has some pretty good ideas and some really nice ways of keeping the game feeling quite varied during the early leveling that I haven't seen other MMOs do. So with that said, let's get into the pros and cons. The combat felt surprisingly good for such an old MMO. There's a nice pace to it. It's not super fast, but it feels very deliberate and impactful. It kept me more engaged than some other more modern action combat MMOs I've played. One of the most unique aspects of Raiders is the ability to kill monsters and temporarily take their weapons that grant you a different ability loadout. This kept the early leveling feeling quite interesting and varied. It almost makes you want to kill random stuff to see what weapons or buffs they drop. More MMOs should take this idea to help their early games not be so boring. I really enjoyed how Raiders structures its crafting system during the leveling. I didn't actually get any quest rewards or mob drops that gave me weapons or armor during the questing. I had to craft everything, and the UI does a good job of telling you what mobs you need to hunt down to collect the required crafting materials. Again, this made the leveling feel more fun, as it was an additional thing to focus on, and it added to the sense of progression, knowing that every 3 levels or so I can craft a new set of gear. From the short time I spent playing Raiders, it seems like a game with a somewhat interesting main story questline. There's cutscenes, instanced encounters, solo dungeon type quests, and some quests that transform your character into a monster with different abilities. It gave me Guild Wars 2 MSQ vibes in places. And similar to Terra, the game has big ass monsters that feel pretty cool to fight, have their own mechanics, and it feels like you can avoid almost all of their damage if you play perfectly. Visually, RaiderZ does look really outdated. Even if the game re-releases with a graphics update, I'm not sure it'll be up to modern standards. RaiderZ is currently only available on private servers, and I know a lot of you wouldn't trust playing on one of these. The cash shop on the private server I played on had prices so high that I thought it must have been a typo. The voice acting in this game is extremely bad, although I'd argue it's so bad that it's hilarious and a little bit charming. As much as the zones in this game are a decent size, the game isn't a true open world MMO, each zone is instanced, which does result in less immersion. I don't know the specifics, but it's a Korean MMORPG, which means there's likely some annoying RNG progression system later on, or some pay to win incentives. I didn't get that far into the game, but I've played enough Korean MMOs to know that they make problems to sell solutions. I highly doubt this game is any different, but correct me if I'm wrong. Overall, I finally understand why so many people requested that I cover RaiderZ over the years whenever I mention nostalgic MMOs, and if you are one of those people, shout out to you for your persistence. I finally got around to playing it. The game has some genuinely good aspects about it, and I can imagine that if I played this back in 2012 when it first released, I'd have probably loved it. I was especially surprised by the combat and can imagine PvP being really fun in this game. Hopefully Masangsoft eventually re-release RaiderZ with updated graphics, as it seems like a game that's lifespan was cut short due to reasons other than the quality of the game. There's far worse MMOs out now that have been around far longer than RaiderZ which still have a player base, so if the original developers were still around updating the game, I could see people still playing it. But that's it for this video guys. I'd love to hear about your thoughts and memories with RaiderZ in the comments below. Especially let me know the specifics on why this game was shut down, as there's very limited information on Google that I could find about the matter. Please let me know about any other old MMOs you'd like to see me cover in the comments below. I'm also open to covering private servers for games that are shut down. I can't cover private servers for MMOs that are still operational though for legal reasons. Help me out with a like or comment for the algorithm if you enjoyed the video. Social media on screen. Thanks for watching. I hope you all had a successful day, and I'll see you again in the next one.